Here with Sean OMalley ahead of UFC 276, UFC bantamweight, and also, I believe, the fastest clocked first pitch in the MLB season so far this year. Can you confirm that?
Cannot deny it. I will not confirm it, but they are saying that it was, doing some good numbers.
Yeah. I remember talking to you in Phoenix like 8 weeks ago, and you know, I got to be focused. I'm looking forward to this preparation. Did you get to have any fun during that time, like heading over to a baseball game, or has it been like business?
There's a certain level of, I wouldn't call it fun, but peace that comes with training camp. It's just, when I'm in training camp, I feel like it's the time I have the least amount of anxiety. I have nothing else going on. Nothing else really matters. It's what practice is next. And then after that practice, it's recover. Then I got in the morning, and then it's like I'm home. I'm with Danny and Elena. So I feel like in camp, I'm not necessarily having fun times, but it's like peaceful times, which I think is more important. You can't have all the emotions at once. And if I could pick one, it would be peace. And I feel like in camp, I feel very peaceful.
Has it always been that way, or is that something that's kind of happened as your career's progressed?
I feel like it's grown each camp. This camp more so than ever. I feel just like very calm coming here. I feel pretty calm going into all my fights. I just want to feel extra calm.
Mm-hmm. Has your mindset towards the fight itself kind of evolved over the last 8 weeks too? Because of course, when this fight was announced, it's like, oh boy, here we go, OMalley against a top 10 guy. Like, how did you feel at the beginning, and then has it changed at all over the course of preparation?
I just trust in the process. 8 weeks out, it's like, hey, I'm gonna go. If you told me, hey, next week you're gonna fight Pedro 3-5, I'd be like, fuck, or frick, sorry. I'd be like, I'm not in shape. I'm not ready to do that right now. But I know how to get in shape. I trust the process. I trust the diet. I trust everything that I've been doing. And I just know that all the work that I'm going to put in, which I've already put in, it's already done. Now I can just be calm. I can be peaceful. There's nothing else to do except for, make weight.
Mm-hmm. What else in terms of when you consider yourself at work? Obviously, that's the camp for this fight. But you got a lot of other stuff going on, right? And you want to maximize and monetize everything in this business. Like, what kind of business stuff are you taking care of behind the scenes as well?
Yeah. I mean, doing the podcast all the time, Timbo Sugar Show, Bro Malley Show. We upload, on YouTube twice a week. So continuing to do that, continuing to grow my streaming. I play video games on Twitch. Might switch over to YouTube. We'll see. Doing brand deals. Dr. Dabber, King Palm, Sanibel. Really excited to announce something with Happy Dad coming soon. Really believe in them. The Full Send boys, they're going to be there at the after party, going to be there front row. So, we're doing big things. I
ask you this pretty much every time I see you. You feel like you're starting to get pulled in more and more directions? Like, is that increasing with every fight, with every day, with every camp? You feel that?
Yeah. I do a very, it's fighting first. Every sponsor knows that. Everybody I work with knows it's fighting first. I'm not going to 5 weeks out, go fly anywhere and do any media. 6 weeks, I'm not doing it. I need to win fights. That's the only way I continue to grow is winning fights. So I'm not doing too much. If I ever feel like I'm doing too much and it gets in the way of fighting, that's when I have people around me that I trust. Emron, Tim, like, hey, what are you doing? We're not training enough. Like, I have those guys around me that would tell me that. I don't ever think that'll be necessary. I'm always doing what I need to do to prepare for the biggest fights.
How about just the interest that you're getting in Peoria? I got to believe that yours is the first pink and green Lamborghini that Peoria has ever seen on the streets.
Yeah, the Peoria Lamborghini is a legend around there. No, it definitely turns heads. That's what I like to do. Look at my, you know what I mean? I like to people turn heads. I'm an entertainer. In and out of the octagon, I'm an entertainer.
Mm-hmm. I remember when Conor was coming up, it was there was this idea and there was this question of like, what's going to happen when he fights a wrestler? We want to see him fight a wrestler. Are you starting to almost feel a similarity there? And is this the fight that we could potentially see your ground game?
I don't think Pedro's much of a wrestler. You know what I mean? He's not like an Aljo or a Henry Cejudo. He's definitely, obviously he's number 10. He can wrestle. I think he will try to wrestle. I do believe that. But that's been it since the first fight I ever had when I knocked out Alfred in the Contender Series. Yeah, but what if he fights a wrestler? I've been training for a while. I know how to wrestle. I know how to grapple. Will I show it in this fight? It's up to Pedro. Can he get me down? That's the question. That's the reason I haven't shown my grappling in the UFC is because no one's taken me down. Mm-hmm. Will it be this fight? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be able to. But if it does, you guys get to see what you want to see, and that is that I can grapple.
Can you peel back the curtain on a little bit? How good of a grappler are you?
I feel like it's a little secret. I feel like it's a fun little it's a secret weapon. We'll see. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Are you thinking about a finish going into this fight?
When I picture this fight playing out against anyone, not just Pedro, I feel like I can clip him on the chin early and like often, whether they go down or not. I feel like I can get the finish in every fight I go into. This one's no exception. I think I'm gonna put his lights out, but I'd be silly not to think, hey, this might go the distance. This might go 15 minutes. This dude's fought ton of former world champions, and he hasn't been finished by any of them. So I'd be stupid to think, hey, this might not go to the decision. But I do believe I can put his lights out.
What do you think it says if you do? Because he's never been finished before.
I think it opens a lot of people's eyes, but I still think people are stupid. And people will be like, yeah, but I think I go out there, put his lights out. I'll surprise a lot of people, but there'll still be the haters. They're like, yeah, but he's this old and he's fighting. He's lost to this guy. Like, there's still those people. But, I think for me, it's an advantage. People underestimate me. I feel like every opponent underestimates me because of the hair, the outfits, for whatever reason it is. And then I get in there with them, and it's like, oh, he is as good as he says he is. It's not just talk. Even with the performances I put on, people still underestimate me. So maybe I am as good as I say I am. I guess we get to find out against Pedro July 2nd.
What do you think the reaction is from the top 10 after this fight? You go out there and do what you want to do. How do you think the rest of the division reacts to it? I
would say everyone in the top 10 knows. They're smart enough. They know the game. Those guys, most of them, see me. Aljo gave me credit. He's the champ right now. He said I'm effing good. He also said he could squeeze me, and but I think the top 10 guys, most of them probably know I'm capable of beating anybody in the top 10, but who knows? You think there's usually two ways that goes, right? You think that they'll ignore you because they don't want to fight you, or do you think they'll see you as, hey, this guy's got a lot of hype and now he's in a position where I could take that hype? Like, are you expecting them to show interest in you or ignore you? It's a good question. No one really above me ever calls me out. It's always, like, now Adrian Yanez is calling me out, which he should be. Like, that's what you should be. You call out the most popular guy in the division, one of the most popular guys in the UFC. Call him out. No one above me calls me out. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a waste of time. They don't want to make an easy paycheck. They can say whatever they want, but I look at it as they know it's a tough fight. Mm-hmm. Last thing for you, and obviously we'll talk to you about this on Saturday, but you get this win. What are you thinking for the second half of 2022? Yeah, I would love to fight again. One more time by the end of the year. November, December will be a great time frame, and there's a lot of big fights playing out. The Cheeto Dominic Cruz fight, it's something I'm looking at. Little Russian dudes running around. Might beat him up. Fabrant, he's out there. There's a bunch of guys out there that could potentially be my next fight. So I'm very excited for how I still got to focus on July 2nd, obviously. I always make sure I say that because I don't want to get ahead of myself. July 2nd, Pedro Munhoz is the next challenge. But I'm excited for the future. There's a lot of big fights for me. Always fun, man. Yeah, you've had some big nights at T-Mobile, so looking forward to the next one.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.